US President Donald Trump has announced that Israel has agreed to an updated proposal for a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza that would secure the release of some hostages. He in fact urged Hamas to accept the deal, warning on Truth Social that it will not get better, it will only get worse. This final proposal will be delivered by Qatar and Egypt, who have been working hard to broker peace, but I'll tell you why it matters. Fresh off brokering a ceasefire between Israel and Iran after 12 days of war, Trump is now pressing for a breakthrough in Gaza, where the war has dragged on for more than a year and a half. There's no indication yet that Hamas is prepared to accept the terms of this deal, but it also remains unclear whether the latest proposal addresses the core sticking points in the talks, which is Hamas's demand for a firm US commitment that a 60-day ceasefire will actually lead to a permanent end to this current war. In previous rounds, if you remember correctly, proposals were coordinated in advance by the United States, Qatar and Israel, but ultimately fell short of Hamas's expectations. So the world is watching closely, hoping the ceasefire can bring much-needed peace and a pause to the violence. We have a reaction from Netanyahu ahead of his Washington trip. Listen in.
אני צפוי לצאת בשבוע הבא לפגישות בארצות הברית עם נשיא ארצות הברית דונלד טראמפ, עם סגן הנשיא ואנס, עם מזכיר המדינה והיועץ לביטחון לאומי מרקו רוביו, עם שר ההגנה פיט הקסט, עם נציג הנשיא למזרח התיכון סטיב ויטקוף, עם שר המסחר. יש לנו כמה דברים, כן, לוטניק, אבל יש לנו כמה דברים לסגור לפני כן כדי להגיע להסכם הסחר בנוסף לדברים אחרים. פגישות עם ראשי הקונגרס והסנאט ופגישות ביטחוניות שאני לא אפרט כאן.
For an expert's view on the matter, let's go across to Arab and Middle East expert James Bowden, who joins us on NDTV. James, always a pleasure to have you on our show. Donald Trump has just announced that Israel has accepted a 60-day ceasefire deal, but Hamas has not said anything on record. What's your current assessment of this deal's viability, and does it actually address the fundamental demands on both sides?
Well, I think that you summarized it earlier really well. We have a very much Groundhog's movie type of situation. We've been here before with just minor variations on a theme. And
Absolutely.
We've watched as these prior ceasefire deals die a slow, agonizing death through the process of 1,000 different changes. So I remain very hesitant to believe that we are going to have an actual breakthrough right now. This is one of those kind of things where I just like to hold off until it actually happens because
Absolutely
it's so fragile.
Well, James, then how significant is the fact that this proposal originated in Qatar and was accepted by Israel only after White House meetings? Does it reflect a shift in regional power dynamics or simply a momentary alignment of interests?
I think it's more of the alignment of interest. Qatar and Egypt have been handling these negotiations from the very beginning, and yet we've actually seen elements in Qatar and in Egypt interfere. And so having the two parties continue to be a part of these negotiations actually makes me a little worried. And I think that we should be seeking new potential partners, maybe like the United Arab Emirates or maybe even the Saudis, because Egyptian intelligence actually undermined one of the prior ceasefire negotiations, I believe, last year. So I think that there needs to be a shift in who we are going to, and I think that the Emiratis have a much better track record of being aligned closer to United States priorities.
Yes. In fact, Israeli officials have threatened to turn Gaza city and central camps to dust if these negotiations stall. So whether such rhetoric actually impacts the potential for diplomatic progress, that remains to be seen. But James, as always, thank you so much for making time for us and joining us on NDTV.